Alicia with Design Therapy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be getting you in the spring season mode. So I'm going to be showing you how I decorate my main living area for spring. So I'll be showing you a little bit of design tricks and then just how I sprinkle in a little bit of spring. It's pretty minimal, but I did try to get out of my shell a little bit and add a little bit more to the coffee table and to the console table. So it is a little bit more than I usually do, but I loved how it turned out. So let's go styling.
All right, let's get going. I'm going to start off in the main living area and we're just going to be doing the mantle right now. And before I like to begin, when I'm decorating for any season, I like to set the screensaver to spring or whatever season it is, just to kind of get me in the mood and have a cool backdrop, antique or whatever you feel like. So that's what I'm going to do for there. But I first want to, again, like I stated, the mantle, and I'm going to keep it really minimal. I'm just going to be using this dough bowl that you have seen in previous videos. I love the texture of it. I love the raw material and just the light wood against the white mantle. So again, I'm keeping it pretty minimal. Next, I'll use a blanket and I'll just put it in this basket and make it really laid back. Some of the blanket just falling off on the edges and some of it tucked in there. This basket was from HomeGoods and I will link a similar one down below in the description box below. Moving over, I'll just place a pillow on the chair that I've purchased from Target a few years back. I love the blues and how it brings just a little bit of spring to this area. Also, side note, all the items that I will go ahead and link down below if you're interested in any of them. Moving to the side table, this is an older side table actually from Target. I love the light wood, the raw look, overall the material. I will just go ahead and place two books as risers. I love using books for risers. It gives it more of a tray or riser look and just makes it a little more intentional overall. So these two books were actually from Goodwill, and as you can see, they're not really related to the living room. One's a baking book, but I just liked the texture of it and I liked the neutral material, so I'm going to lay those two together. Next, I'm going to be using a DIY vase, and I love the texture of this. I will be having a video coming out really soon about how I DIY these vases, so make sure you stay tuned for those. But this is one of my favorite vases I've done a few years ago. And then for the spring, I really like Baby's Breath. I think overall neutral material with a little bit of green is my favorite for spring. I love color as well, but over here I wanted it to be a little bit more of a romantic feel. So I purchased these Baby's Breath, 4 of them from Walmart, and they were a really good price, around $2. They come in a pretty good bundle. And so I'm gonna put those together there with some IKEA candles. These are some white ones that I've had again for a few years. And I love the neutral, airy look. And I finish it off with a gold candle holder from Goodwill to complete the look. Moving on into the couch area, these pillows are older ones from At Home, probably a few years ago, but they play off the Target pillow in the other chair. And so I love how the blue plays together and off our coffee table, you will see in a moment. So overall, I like the look that it brings, but it's not too extreme blue. Moving over into the coffee table, I have more coffee books, a lot of coffee books. So I'll be placing 2 Goodwill books first with some practical coasters, and they have a wood holder as well, which will add warmth and everyday use. Next, I'll be using a marble tray that I purchased from TJ Maxx or HomeGoods, and these will be holding the candlesticks. These candlesticks come in a set of 3 from Amazon, and I love the modern look of them. On the other side of the coffee table, I'm going to be using a glass vase from Goodwill, and I will be adding a real life touch to it by adding water into it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of water to give it a real life look with the soft white Hobby Lobby Cosmo flowers that I will be adding. I love the whimsical look of these and the wildflower flow, and overall it just gives off just the perfect amount of spring in my opinion. Lastly, I'll add the Down to Earth coffee table book. I love flipping through this one. This is actually one of the only ones coffee table books that I have that is design oriented. And so I'll place this with a candle on top to finish it off. This is a busier coffee table look for me, but I wanted to try off a different look, and I love the balance of the textures, colors, and materials that it gives for spring. Moving lastly over to the console table, I'll be first placing my DIY lamp, and I love the raw material and the texture of this, as well as how the browns bounce off the couch as well. So when you're thinking of design, make sure you're thinking of what other, not even just the area you're decorating, but if it's a whole room, what colors and textures bounce off each other within the room. If you saw the recent haul video, you'll see 2 of these planners that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. So I will be placing 2 of these. They're both charcoal colors and they're more muted, but I love the size of them, and I love how the second one has handles. So I'll be placing 2 of those together. And if you're thinking of placing 2 vases together, they don't have to be exactly the same, but smaller versions of each other, one bigger, one smaller. You can have them different shapes. I just like to keep the colors within the same family and within the same color tones. If they're more muted, I will keep both of them muted in that way. And then I'll be placing some pink Cosmo flowers in there too to bounce off from the living room coffee table, and then just overall of the vase. And I love again how they're whimsical and wild. Overall, it creates a cohesive look as well. I'll be placing a frame that I printed that's a landscape picture, and it's muted as well. And so I like the soft colors and just overall how it looks. Again, in another DIY video coming up, I'm going to be showing how you can make it look more artistic. But for now, I liked how it was really muted for spring. Lastly, to round off, I'm going to put books that I purchased from Dollar Tree and a DIY vase with flowers. Later, I did change the vase with the florals to a candle because I like the look better, but this is what I had in the beginning. So I do decorate, and then I'll kind of switch things out from here to here as well. But overall, I loved how it turned out, and I hope it gives you some inspiration.
That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it was a little quick, but I hope it gave you some styling tips that you can use in your own home for the springtime. And I hope you really liked this kind of content. If you do, if you want to like and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. It helps my channel, and I would just love to have you. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and you want to leave a comment, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.